Shit. If all right, let's get into some young boy shit. Y'all want to pocket watch a little bit? Okay. All right. Think about his discography this year, right? And this is why a lot of rappers envy this month. Let me see. Okay. So we're just going off projects dropped this year. He dropped Better Than You with the baby, right? From for this album, from what I was told, both of them got like $2.5 million. Like that's the reason why they did it, right? Because essentially, when you drop like a collab album, it usually isn't counted as a solo project because when you sign these deals, it's usually for solo projects. So it's almost like an amendment they kind of do. So anyway, the baby got like 2.5 million. They gave YoungBoy 2.5 million. They recorded this shit was recorded like a while ago. So just for putting it out, did they even put out a music video? So for 12 tracks, they both got $2.5 million. Easy win. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they didn't even really promote it that crazy. Other than like I think they may have went on live with each other, whatever the case is. That's it. Yeah, they did 28,000 first week, but they're gonna make it back over the span of things. That's on the record label to make back, right? But they do know YoungBoy's music and also the baby's music. It lives decent over time. So yeah, if I'm them, I'll do that shit too. So okay, cool. That's $2.5 million right there, right? Bet. Um, I don't know how this went down, but him and Birdman dropped the From the Bayou thing last year. Interestingly enough, if you look at this album, this from the Bayou album, and the business is a little bit weird with it because this is why YoungBoy does collab albums too. At least that's why he was doing it, at least allegedly, with Atlantic, because it goes outside the scope of what the deal was. They would have to come up with like a deal just for that album. And he has a lot of leverage. So basically, all of these collab albums, he owns the masters to it. I'll say that. So these ones is basically if the label would be trying to buy the masters because they're collab albums, not solo albums. They own the masters to his solo albums. But these collab albums, that's when, you know what I mean, they would just kind of not finesse, but like you negotiate with Atlantic, get a check, get a bag that they could not only be a part of like the distribution, but also that they could own if they want to own some parts of it. And it's going to be at the tune of millions of dollars. So if we just think about just the money that YoungBoy just making just from these joints, right? It's kind of starting to clean up. So that was just we're staying in 2022 though. So the one with the baby, he got my bad, I can't even see. The one with the baby, that's like 2 point some million, right? Now let's go to his solo projects, which is interesting. Okay, we could probably okay. So I Got a Family. YoungBoy owns the masters to it, right? It's basically a distribution deal. It goes through Atlantic Records, right? And from what I'm hearing, one of the reasons why he's probably dropping frequently, bro, he's just getting a free like $4 million. Like it's like an advance. Like he owns the masters. There's a split on it for distribution, and he's just getting $4 million up front. Of course, I'm gonna drop every 6 weeks, nigga. Are you crazy? Like, yo, here's $4 million. I bet. Here's an album. And again, this is just money up front. This is just easy cash. So think about it like this: 3,800 Degrees, $4 million. This, $4 million. Realer, $4 million. These are all out of contract. So this is just $12 million out of contract. You're out of your deal, and they paid you an extra $12 million. Colors. This is an EP, so who knows how that kind of gets broken down. Let me see what else. Then I think it's the only thing we're missing is the last Slimito, right? Yeah. The last Slimito, which, obviously, who knows how that deal was at the end of it, but he got another big advance. I got to imagine they own the masters to that. So, I got to imagine, shit, the advance on that was maybe like 4 or 5. I don't know. Then it's rumored that YoungBoy did a deal for his portion of the Masters, right? So his portion of the Masters, because he does own some of the Masters, right? His portion of the Masters going back probably like $40 million, 40, 50. That's one deal that people don't realize he did. He did I think he sold his portion of the Masters for the old shit because he couldn't get the whole, Atlantic wouldn't give him the full thing. So he's like, all right, I'm about to just make some new shit. Probably got a nice little 40, 50 million off of that, right? So that's 40, 50 million he just got, right? Then he's dropping these out of contract projects that he's getting like 3, 4 million up front for. So add another 12 million, that's like 60 million, right? Obviously, the nigga is a profitable artist. The label don't got to spend no money to promote him. There's no billboards, there's no radio, there's no nothing. So the nigga is profitable, which means he's going to be eating good off royalties. Let's think about royalties coming around every I don't know, quarterly. He should be getting 5-10 million off of that. I don't know necessarily about any publishing situations if he signed or if he's currently in one already. But that's another, just throw some more extra millions on that. So just think about it. If you a nigga who's making from the crib $60 million, it probably takes him a weekend to record a fucking album. Why the fuck would you go to the club for $100,000? You know what I mean? Why would you even get in a car? Got to get with all the homies. Got to get with security. Fly all the way over there. You wouldn't do it for $100,000. You wouldn't do it for $200,000. Nigga, your time at that point is bro, I could just bro, instead of me traveling this weekend, nigga, I'm gonna just stay at the crib and record another fucking album. So yeah, he's making shit ton of money, bro. YoungBoy got this shit on easy mode. Put it like this. And it's all about, remember I said Taylor Swift, nobody could do what Taylor Swift is doing? Every rapper or every artist has their own unique thing they could do that nobody else could do. Taylor Swift sold 600,000 copies with a re-release the first week. You know what I mean? She dropped I told you, 9 years later, she dropped the same shit, sold mad records. YoungBoy is out of his deal and is still dropping he's working for a deal. And he's getting a wild amount of money. Now, his audience won't care if he drops 10 projects in a year. Let's put it on the flip side. Meek Mill technically can't release new music for a certain period. I think till the end of the year. That's why we haven't got no new Meek music. He's previewing shit. He could drop some shit on YouTube. But imagine if Meek was free to, or maybe if that's how his recording process was, where he could drop 3 tapes By the way, I think Atlantic would also go to him and be like, "Oh, Meek, we'll give you a little check on this." It's just that he knows they're not going to support it. Like Meek can't come out and sell 20K. You know what I mean? If Meek sell like 30K, people gonna look at him like, "Damn, bro, you're falling off." The great thing about YoungBoy, he could sell 30, 40, 50, 30, 25, 110. And nobody looks at him and be like, when he sells 30, like, oh, now he's falling. Everybody be like, man, that nigga lit. He's just dropping them shits like it's nothing. He dropping them like a vlog. But technically, Meek and YoungBoy are in the same situation. They're out of their deal. And when you're out of your deal with Atlantic, they say you can't drop music for a certain period of time. Except YoungBoy's like, I'm going to drop music. Fuck it. And then Atlantic is like, well, if we don't have to do anything, we want to be part of the money train.